Hello students, welcome to Department of Zoology, Shri RLT College of Science, Akola. I am Dr. Archana Savarkar, Associate Professor, Department of Zoology. Students, in last topic we have studied about digestive system of Amphioxus, in which we are focused on different part of alimentary canal as well as the digestive glands. And now in today's lecture we have to see physiology of digestive system in case of animal Amphioxus. Physiology of digestive system in case of Amphioxus can be studied under these three heads. First is the food of Amphioxus, then feeding mechanism and process of digestion of food material. Let us see one by one. This Amphioxus lives in sea water. It is microphagous animal and it feeds mostly on the microorganisms which are present in the sea water. The food of Amphioxus includes mainly diatoms, desmids, number of protozoans and other pelagic microscopic organisms which are suspended in the sea water. Actually, Branchiostoma is a ciliary feeder or filter feeder. This animal leads a sedentary life buried in sand and with only the anterior body end protruding out into the water. The food particles are filtered from the current of water which enters through this mouth and it passes to the pharynx and finally going out through the arteriopore. So detail of the feeding mechanism we will see. Now see the movement of ciliary current and food in the alimentary canal. The rotary movement of cilia of the wheel organ causes a whirling current of water into mouth. Here is the wheel organ and it forms a whirling current of water. The buccal cirri which are fringing the oral hood. Here you can observe the buccal cirri which are fringing the oral hood, it turns inward to form a fine mesh or sieve that prevents the entry of larger food as well as sand particles. Again, there is another filter that is at the region of velum. You can observe here the velum. While passing through the enterostome, the water current is further filtered by the velar tentacles so that only very fine food particles enters into the pharynx through this central opening, that is enterostome. We have studied that these velar tentacles as well as these oral tentacles or the oral cirri. It bears sensory papillae on it. What is the function of this sensory papillae? This bears chemoreceptors on it. The chemoreceptor which are present on the buccal cirri and velar tentacle, it probably serves to test the nature of water current and food particles. Now again there are some food particles that escape from the main current. These are catched up and concentrated by the mucus secreted by this head-cheek pit and head-cheek groove in the oral food. These food particles are pushed through the enterostome into pharynx by the Orling action of feel organ and again join the main current. The ingress of water into pharynx is controlled by this velum. Velum is having sphincter muscles, and due to action of these sphincter muscles, the ingress of water into pharynx is controlled very well. Now, the pharynx is full with water and food particles. This plays very important role in the food collection. We have studied that the wall of pharynx, both the lateral wall of pharynx, are perforated with numerous gill slits. And in between gill slits there are gill bars having various kinds of cilia on it. The outward beating of lateral cilia on the gill bar and atrial cilia on their outer surface drives the water current through this gill slit into atrium. Thus, excess of water comes in this cavity, that is the atrial cavity or atrium. And now, this excess of water is to be removed from the body and it is thrown outside the body of this amphioxus through this opening, that is atriopore, opening of atrium. This action also facilitates the inflow of fresh water current through the mouth. Again, periodically what happens? This atriopore closed and the transverse muscle of this atrial floor, these are the transverse muscle of atrial floor, it suddenly undergoes contraction. Due to this action, there is setup of reverse water current, that is rejection current, which is very helpful in ejecting out forcefully through the enterostome and mouth. As a result, these velar tentacles as well as the buccal cirri, they are able to shed off larger food and sand particles accumulated on them. Then come to the region of pharynx. Now how food material get collected here. Inside the pharynx, the food material or the food particles get entrapped in the mucus which is secreted by glandular tract of the endostyle. This is the endostyle having 4 patches of the gland cell which secrete mucus. These food particles get trapped in this mucus and as well as by the pharyngeal epithelium. The endostylar cilia and the frontal cilia of the gill bar start beating in upward direction like this. And this action pushes the mucus sheet which is laden with food particles dorsally towards the epipharyngeal groove. On the dorsal side, this is epipharyngeal groove. Again, there are some food particles in this region, in the pre or the peribranchial region of the pharynx. The food particle settling down in the prebranchial region of pharynx are also swept up by the ciliary action or the cilia of peripharyngeal bands to the mid-dorsal epipharyngeal groove. The cilia of epipharyngeal groove now start beating in backward direction, thus moving the food-laden mucus into esophagus in the form of narrow food cord or food cylinder. Here we can observe the food cord which is laden with mucus is pushed in the backward direction towards the esophagus. Actually, the controlling mechanism of ciliary mode of feeding in the bronchiostoma is not understood clearly. The afferent and efferent nerve fibers in the atrium possibly play important role in feeding. Moreover, the rate of flow of water inside is also controlled by intensity of beating of cilia and also by the degree of contraction and relaxation of inhalant and exhalant aperture. Scientists showed that after ingestion of sufficient food and the collection of food is stopped until the food already taken is digested. Then come to the digestion. Now we have studied the digestive gland, that is midgut diverticulum, which is oftenly referred as liver of the Amphioxus. The pouch which arises from the base of esophagus, here this is called midgut diverticulum. Now the digestive enzymes are secreted by two sources, midgut diverticulum and midgut epithelium. The food cord from pharynx passes through the esophagus into midgut. From this esophagus, this food is shifted into the midgut. How it is shifted? By lateral tract of cilia. This is the lateral tract of cilia. By the lateral tract of cilia, it is directed into midgut diverticulum. Like this. This is the direction of food current. The digestion starts in midgut. There are special type of cell which is present in midgut. These are the zymogen cells which secrete digestive enzymes. We start digestion of food material in the midgut diverticulum. The food is digested partly in this region, and the semi-digested food material is again pushed back from this midgut diverticulum towards the intestine and continues in the remaining part of intestine. In intestine, we observe this ring-like structure. These are the ileocolic rings. Here these are the ileocolic rings in the region of intestine. In the ileocolic ring, the food cord undergoes rotation due to ciliary activity. It breaks up the food material into still smaller particles and thoroughly mixes up enzymes with food and delayed the backward passage of food to allow more time for action of enzymes. Thus, the digestion mainly is extracellular, that is outside the cell in this alimentary canal. But there is one special thing in this Amphioxus. In Amphioxus, intracellular digestion also takes place, and it is the unique as it is unknown in other vertebrates. This intracellular digestion takes place mainly in the phagocytic cells of the midgut diverticulum. Here, along with the zymogen cell, there are some phagocytic cells present in midgut diverticulum, which also help for the intracellular digestion. According to scientist Barrington, there are 3 enzymes secreted by these digestive cells. The digestive enzymes of Bronchiostoma, according to Barrington, are the amylase, lipase, and protease. The pepsin is absent here in the digestive enzyme of Bronchiostoma. It is again another important feature, that absence of pepsin as in other vertebrates. Now the digested food material is absorbed partly in the midgut but mostly in the hindgut in this region. And the undigested food material is finally comes into the hind region of this digestive tract and finally thrown outside the body by this opening anus. Occasionally, what happens? Some food particles may pass into atrial cavity. Along with the water current through this gill slit, some food particle may reach in this atrial cavity. There are some phagocytic cells present here in the renal papillae on the floor of atrium, which start digestion, intracellular digestion of this food particle. Thus, complete digestion takes place in the alimentary canal as well as with the help of some phagocytic cells in case of Amphioxus. This is about the complete digestion of food material in the Amphioxus. In this slide, we will summarize the complete process of digestion again, as well as see the passage of feeding. We have seen the movement of ciliary current and food in the alimentary canal. The same is given here. The food particles enters through this mouth, which is bordered by buccal cirrhi. Then it reaches to the vestibule, that is buccal cavity, and due to the action of veal organ, the whirling current of veal organ, this water along with the food material pushed in inward direction through this enterostome towards the velum and pharynx. This velum acts as a second filter here, and only the smaller food particles along with water enters in the pharynx. The pharynx, a large bag-like structure having numerous gill slits on both the lateral walls. On the lower side of pharynx, there is endostyle. In front region, epipharyngeal bands, and in the dorsal region, epipharyngeal groove. The food particles in water get trapped in the mucus secreted by this endostyle, and excess of water is thrown outside the pharynx through these pharyngeal slits. This excess water comes in atrial cavity and thrown outside the body through this opening, that is atriopore. And the food material which get trapped in this mucus is pushed in the upward direction towards epipharyngeal groove. From this epipharyngeal region, the food cord laden with mucus get pushed in the region of esophagus. Then due to lateral beating of this cilia, this food material is pushed in the midgut diverticulum, which is nothing but the liver of Amphioxus. The food is get digested partially in this midgut diverticulum due to presence of zymogen cell and enzymes secreted by the zymogen cell here. Now this semi-digested food material is pushed in the region of intestine where there is ileocholic ring. These ileocholic rings rotates. The ciliary movement of this ileocholic ring, the food particle remains here for longer time and get completely digested. The digested food material is absorbed in the region of intestine and the undigested food material is thrown outside the body through this opening, that is anus. The same structure is seen in this diagram, this figure showing the transverse section of body of this Amphioxus. The students, we have the digestive system of Amphioxus as well as physiology of digestion in Amphioxus. We will stop here. Thank you.